Hello, this is Soundout here, and I picked up some Blu-rays in the first 3 months of 2022. So let's take a look at them.
It's morphin' time!
So if you want my thoughts on the Ghostbusters Ultimate Collection, go check out my pre-existing review of it. But for those wondering if I've gotten a replacement disc from Sony yet, I have not. I've not heard a thing about it. The last thing I heard was I emailed them and they said, we've escalated your case to the next level. And I'm like, cool. I don't know what's going on there, but they're probably having to replicate more discs. But that is what's up with the Ghostbusters set. If you want to see a full review of this, I have it on my channel. There should be a card and there should be a link at the end of the video as well. So take a look at that. I also have a video for the Kamen Rider Zero on Blu-ray that's also a history of Kamen Rider on disc in North America, so check that out as well. So let's talk about some Disney catalog stuff. We'll save this for a moment, but first of all, just because I'm doing the, hey, this is what I got, I did pick up Mulan and Mulan 2 on Blu-ray. I've been kind of slowly building out the Disney library of the animated movies. Been trying to do this because of how Disney Plus can be weird and sometimes remove stuff out of nowhere or change things. So I've just been wanting to get the Blu-ray editions of a lot of these movies, and I love Mulan. So there's Mulan. Plus it has Mulan 2, which is a great way of doing things. Plus it's in a, single case. In fact, it's a single Blu-ray disc. Anyways, we have that, and then we have the Disney Movie Club exclusive cover edition for Beauty and the Beast. It didn't have Beauty and the Beast on Blu-ray. This cover art was actually done by the voice actress for Belle, so that's actually pretty cool. It's otherwise just the same, it's literally the same Beauty and the Beast Blu-ray, the anniversary edition one. So, it's that, but it has a nice cover. So again, just because I didn't have it, there we go. Speaking of Disney Movie Club, which for those that are unaware, because I think a lot of people are, they have exclusive Blu-rays, which is what ended up getting me into Disney Movie Club, because they have this offer thing where it's like you spend $4 and you get 4 movies, and then you're committed to buy 5 more movies over the next 2 years. So if you're one that's buying Disney stuff on Blu-ray, probably worth it. For me, I filled the commitment. Even though it was like, the commitment was you had to buy 5 movies within 2 years, and I got it done in like 6 months because essentially each order counted as 1 movie. But they have a lot of exclusives, and they're throwing out stuff on Blu-ray only through Disney Movie Club, like Black Cauldron or Saludos Amigos and the Three Caballeros. There's a lot of stuff there. Specifically, these were some recent ones that I picked up, including Flight of the Navigator, which is a great movie that I always end up mixing up with The Last Starfighter in my brain because I watch both back-to-back in a single day the first time I saw them. So yeah, I'm going to probably rewatch these movies and untangle them in my mind. And then we have 2 of the animated music movies in the sort of Fantasia style, Melody Time and Make Mine Music, which have their own things. Also of note, because this is something Disney's been doing, they started adding, like the content advisory thing they do on Disney Plus. So there we go. It says content advisory contains tobacco depictions, and this other one mentions negative depictions or mistreatment of people and cultures, which is a thing that Disney slaps on stuff, but never actually explains what it is, so we could take time to educate and learn about what is there. But these are unaltered, which is good. I'd rather them just slap a black box on the back than, changing movies and trying to erase their history. What's kind of the neatest thing from the catalog side of Disney Movie Club, they put out this Sword in the Stone set, which I think is an older set that just got like reprinted or warehouse found or something. They've been doing this for like, hey, here's this month's special edition. And this is essentially just a nice Sword in the Stone edition. It's the Blu-ray, which is in a DVD size case for some reason. But it's fine because I'm leaving it in this. And then it's got lithographs from the movie. Now, I've always been more of a Black Cauldron person than a Sword in the Stone person, but it's nice to have Sword in the Stone in a nice collection like this, so that's pretty neat. But yeah, it's pretty much the Disney catalog stuff. Disney Movie Club is really valuable. If you're a Disney fan, if you especially love some of their more obscure movies, you probably want to get into Disney Movie Club just to get those Blu-rays if that is important to you. But I do recommend it. Just keep in mind that, yeah, they're going to charge you every month for a movie if you don't decline it. Like, they'll offer one up. Like, this month it's Snow White and Jungle Book combo. And I have to go in and, either accept it, buy it, or decline it. Otherwise they will automatically charge me for it. So there's that. But there's a bunch of other bonuses. There's a discount, like once you get to VIP status, when you've done your 5 orders, they'll have a thing where it's like you buy one for full price and then the rest of the order is 60% off. that actually is a pretty good deal. It's why, you know, it's kind of like, oh, hey, I want Flight of the Navigator, and then I got all the rest of them discounted, like the rest of the orders. So there is some good deals there. If you have any questions about Disney Movie Club, let me know in the comments. I think it's US only, maybe Canada. But yeah, if anyone's curious, I will gladly help in the comments below, because getting stuff on Blu-ray like this is pretty cool. It's just, yeah, that's the way they're doing it, and honestly, that's where they should probably release their Disney Plus shows on Blu-ray, because that literally won't impact Disney Plus, because I imagine if you're signing up for a Disney Movie Club, you probably already got Disney Plus. But anyways, let's move on. Part of the reason I ended up doing this video and starting up this sub-series is because people were not aware of some releases. For example, Disney's TV output at the moment. So during this year alone, we've already gotten 3 complete series sets for Disney shows, which is kind of nuts because they're not really known for doing hardly anything with their TV shows on disc. So first things first, we had Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure, also known as Tangled the Series. This is a Disney Movie Club exclusive, and Disney Blu-ray exclusive. So this is Disney Movie Club exclusive, but this has all 3 seasons plus the Before Ever After movie that kicked it off. It doesn't have the shortcuts included, which luckily those are on Disney Plus, but this is a pretty nice set overall, because it's got all the episodes plus that movie on 6 discs. And yes, the movie is presented first, like it's the first episode, which is great. And it looks good. It sounds good. Overall, this is a good presentation of the show. And yeah, so if if you love this show, because it's a really good show, definitely go to Disney Movie Club for that, because that's the only way to get it. And again, I'm not even like sponsored by Disney Movie Club. I'm only promoting it because it's like, hey, you want Tangled? I'm going to tell you where you can get it, because most sites won't even tell you how to get it, which is frustrating, I know, for people that are trying to figure it out. It took me a while to figure out how to get into Disney Movie Club, so there's that. But what's not a Disney Movie Club exclusive is Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, complete series on Blu-ray. And this is remastered, because this does look better than the Disney Plus version. Again, shows on 6 discs, which is fine. It's Blu-ray, so that looks good. It looks good. It sounds good. I don't even know this show that well. I just picked it up because I'm like, oh, hey, if they're doing Disney Afternoon stuff on Blu-ray, maybe they'll get to Gargoyles. But yeah, I mean, this was definitely put out because the Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers movie is coming to Disney Plus, so it's kind of a promotional tie-in. But hey, whatever gets shows on disc is nice. Speaking of promotional tie-ins, the Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, just came out on Disney Plus, so the original Proud Family series is out on DVD. Would have liked a Blu-ray, but based on how the show was done and how the show looks, DVD's fine. In fact, this is a better looking DVD than some other things like, I don't know, Mill Creek's Ultraman Antigua. But anyways, got a nice cover. I think it's new, because they included Bruce W. Smith's signature on here. But yeah, they got the Proud Family there. So this actually is more extensive than I thought it would be. So it's got all 52 episodes, including the episode that's not on Disney Plus, because that happened. And it also includes the Proud Family movie as disc 6. Or disc 7, sorry. It's a 6-disc set for the 52 episodes of the show, and then disc 7 is the Proud Family movie, plus the shorts, which aren't on Disney Plus as well. So this is a pretty complete set overall. It looks good. It sounds good. I mean, it's the best it's probably gonna look without, like, you know, going to a full remaster, which I don't think will happen. It just doesn't seem like it's gonna bump the quality that much. So as a DVD set, pretty nice. And I like the fact that there is a separate disc from the show for the movies and specials. But Disney, yeah, I want to see more TV shows. So if somehow you're watching this, please keep doing this. The Blu-ray, the better, but if it has to be DVD, I'd rather have it on disc than not at all. So I guess this is just the Arrow Video segment. I love Arrow Video's releases. They even get more obscure than I do, and I do really appreciate this company. They're kind of, for those that aren't aware of Arrow, that are aware of Discotek, they're like the Discotek for cult movies and B-movies and other movies. They do all kinds of stuff. They did the Gamera and Daimajin sets, and they recently released An American Werewolf in London in 4K. This has become one of my favorite movies. I absolutely fell in love with it. I actually watched it first on the Arrow Video Blu-ray, so when they announced it was getting a 4K and they were re-releasing their limited edition set, I jumped on it. Very happy with this. So essentially the disc itself, which is here, which you can see I put the theatrical cover on, this is just the disc on 4K, which, yeah, perfect. It's pretty much the same bonus content as the Blu-ray. Nothing's missing, nothing's added. It's just taking that and putting it on 4K. But like I said, this is a limited edition, so we've got the lobby cards, which they had to pick very specific scenes to put as lobby cards. This was a thing movie theaters used to do, was have these cards showing and promoting the movie, sort of around posters. I've always wanted to see lobby cards in an actual theater setting, but haven't had that experience. So it's nice that they are recreated here for this release. That was the first one. And then on the back of these, they just had some nice werewolf artwork. So yeah, I mean, it's really cool to get this set. It's kind of like a re-release, but also updated, so that worked really well. Here's a poster. Folding this out, on one side it's got the original teaser poster, which I'll try to show. It's really big. So we got the original teaser poster, and then on the other side is the Arrow Video poster art, which is what we got there, which is pretty cool. And then adding to that, we've got a book, and this book just contains a whole lot of information about the movie, pictures, articles, things written by people about the impact of the film and everything like that. So really great stuff. So if you're a fan of the movie, definitely worth the pickup, even if you don't have a 4K player, if you just want the physical stuff. But if you're looking for that 4K and maybe just had the Blu-ray, or didn't have the Blu-ray and just want to go straight to 4K, there you go. There is no Blu-ray copy included. It's just the 4K. So, you know, at least there's not a double up factor, but it is really nice. So, pretty cool. MVD was having an Arrow Video sale, and like I said, Arrow Video gets a little obscure for my taste. Usually, you know, I don't have that many Arrow stuff just because it is so diverse and obscure, but they did have stuff on sale that I wanted, like Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, which was Elvira's first movie. So this one's fun. Bunch of bonus features. I haven't actually gotten a chance to watch this yet because this came in recently. I love this fact about Arrow Video where they give you an option to have the original poster art or the new art that's done for the release. So that's always really cool. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't pass up anything on a sale where most Arrow titles were like $10 to $15. I think Elvira was $15. Totally worth it. Fun movie and fun release. Like I mentioned last Starfighter, I always get mixed up with Flight of the Navigator. They're very similar movies in a lot of ways. But last Starfighter, pretty cool movie overall. Here's, you know, the original poster art on the inside there. Really nice release, just like with Elvira. And again, I haven't watched it yet, but how could I pass this up on a sale? Same thing for Weird Science. This is a movie I'm really curious to go back and look at. This is the Steelbook edition, because I'm wondering how well this movie is aged, because I imagine probably not well. But this includes a booklet because it is a Steelbook. Well, that's just an advertisement for Arrow's catalog. But it's got a booklet, not as extensive as the American Werewolf one, but, you know, pretty cool. I like that Arrow gives the love to these movies that other companies probably wouldn't. In fact, Universal commissioned, or Arrow commissioned a lot of these movies from Universal even. So yeah, I mean, it's good stuff. If you like this but this like type of film, the kind of offbeat, not as well known stuff, look at Arrow Video because they probably got something you like somewhere along the line. So talking some DC stuff on Blu-ray, I used to have like this weird completionist mentality of like, oh, I gotta get everything. But lately some of the shows haven't been clicking for me, and some of the animated movies, like, God, the Injustice movie was terrible. So I haven't really been picking up everything anymore, and I'm probably gonna like break that streak, but there is some good stuff that did come out recently. It's mostly Batman related. So first of all, we got the Batman on a complete series Blu-ray. This is actually probably one of the most surprising Blu-ray sets because it's not the version you see on streaming, which is essentially like a nicer rendered version of the show's DVD release. The disc art's not anything too exciting, but at least it's got a shadow of Batman. But this set actually includes not only the entire show, plus some bonus features, including a new one. They're in the correct production order, and the show has been restored to its original 16:9 presentation. This was one of those 2000s animated shows that aired before the HD era, but was still animated in 16:9, but all releases, including the TV broadcast, have cropped it to 4:3. So essentially, instead of being widescreen like it was originally animated as, it was cropped down. Now, this was, I think, animated with the intention of that because I don't think anything was really lost in the 4:3, but getting that extra frame is really, really cool. And it's not stretched, it's not weirdly cropped from the 4:3 into 16:9 like a Dragon Ball Z situation. This is a true 16:9 format. It looks gorgeous, it sounds amazing, and I'm really happy with it. So if you've never owned the show, or if you have owned the show, this is absolutely the best release and best way to watch it, and I highly, highly recommend it. It's really great. It's unfortunately does not include the Batman vs. Dracula, which may have been done as marketing because I think that this was released to come out into time with the Batman movie, and then maybe Batman vs. Dracula will come out to time with the Batman movies Blu-ray or for Halloween season, and maybe the, restoring this to 16:9 cost more, so they had to put one less thing in the set. And because Batman vs. Dracula probably needs its own remaster since it didn't have a previous Blu-ray, unlike Mask of the Phantasm, Return of the Joker. So it's just not here. But hopefully we will get it down the line. In fact, it's Batman. I'm pretty sure we will. Speaking of, they did a 4K release for Batman Year One, known as the Commemorative Edition. Really great movie. This was one of the older films. I think they put it out again, because of The Batman coming out in theaters. This also includes the DC Showcase Catwoman short, which has never been released outside of a Batman Year One release in any of the shorts collections. That one's also pretty good too. So this is a nice release. It's a nice upgrade. And I think there's a new bonus feature. Yeah, there's at least one new bonus feature on here. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, pretty nice release overall. And then we got Catwoman Hunted, which I think I've mentioned in a video prior. Really great movie. The film really plays up Selina Kyle working in a world full of, supervillains and monsters, but also, being Selina Kyle. I think it's probably one of the best adaptations of Selina I've ever seen. But yeah, it came out on 4K Blu-ray. It's a new release. It's pretty nice. Bonus features are really lacking because they only put in like 2. One is all about Catwoman in general, and then one is actually about the movie, which is nice because some of these animated movies just come with bonus features about the comic they're based on and not the actual movie. But if you're looking for a great Catwoman movie, this is absolutely probably the best one ever made. And it's really well animated, really well scripted even, and it's a really great depiction of Catwoman. One that doesn't require Batman, nor needs Batman, and that's pretty awesome. So yeah, that's the DC update for this time. Moving into anime territory, I finally broke down and got the Japanese Blu-ray release of Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway. This movie will likely come out on Blu-ray here because Gundam does have a strong Blu-ray presence thanks to Nozomi Entertainment and that one-off Funimation Iron Blooded Orphans release. But because the movie was streamed exclusively on Netflix globally, there was always that slight concern. But I also did this with Thunderbolt and Narrative. So, buying Japanese Blu-rays, it works because they play in players. And this is one that includes subtitles in multiple languages, including English. So that works for me. The actual slipcover is pretty nice. Here's the Blu-ray case. There was a 4K release, which I almost picked up, but ultimately went for the Blu-ray because of its bonuses. Because yes, this Blu-ray comes with bonuses, such as a booklet, which looks really nice and has art stuff in it. And then it also came with this bonus disc, which the bonus discs include, so it's a special disc. So we've got a special bonus disc, which actually includes a unicorn, Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn suite of music that was performed in front of the life-size Gundam. So that's actually really cool. And then it also includes the soundtrack to the film, which is also a great inclusion. So I decided ultimately, I could have gotten the 4K, but I was just going to get the Blu-ray. Because, yeah, that made the most sense. So hopefully this will get a North American Blu-ray release with the English dub, because that's not on here. But just in case Netflix locked it, I still got Hathaway in my Gundam collection. All right, let's look at some Discotek. Discotek, of course, is a boutique anime company that just releases all kinds of stuff. They are pretty amazing. Here's their Angel Cop Blu-ray re-release, which is now in a steelbook to distinguish it from their previous release, because this is from the original film negative. Okay, this was the thing where my dad was watching a Discotek stream with me, and he was like, hey, can you get that for us? And I was like, sure. It looks wild. Haven't actually watched it yet, but I've heard things, and just from previewing the disc, I was like, wow, okay, this is going to be fun. So anyways, Angel Cop, it did get a new remaster. It looks gorgeous. I have no story context for a lot of this, but it looks amazing, and they did a good job here. One of the Discotek DVD releases I back-ordered was Go Nagai World, because it's got Devilman and Mazinger and Getter Robo and Grendizer and Jeeg. It's weird because it's one of those chibi animes, which is very much in the line of Go Nagai stuff in tone, even though everybody's chibi, but everyone starts in normal anime style and then transitions into chibi. It's really strange, but I appreciate it. Also, we've got the Project A-ko Perfect Edition. Once again, not something I was even familiar with that much, but Discotek was talking about how much they worked on the remaster for this from the original negative, and it's the best release of this movie. Plus, I've had a couple friends that have talked about it, and I was like, you know what? I'll pick it up, see how it is. And this may get me wrapped up into buying all the Eiko movies when Discotek gets to them, because that's kind of what they do. They don't really start something and then drop it. Something I am super familiar with, Robot Carnival, now on 4K. I think they said that this was just, you know, a new, I don't know if this was a new or this was an upgrade of their Blu-ray transfer, but Robot Carnival is one of their only 4K releases. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. If you've ever appreciated or loved this movie, it's never looked better. I can't even describe how it looks so much better. The Blu-ray looks fantastic, and this looks more fantastic, and I don't even know how to even describe that. Now there is, I think there is, the photo galleries are not on here, which they were on the Blu-ray, because the 4K disc format doesn't support photo galleries. But other than that, I mean, they did say keep both, because that way you can have all the features, but this is the best presentation of this movie. And I love this movie so much. I mean, it's a movie, but it's an anthology film. I love anthology films. Underrated format of movies, in my opinion. Really great stuff, and yeah, honestly, worth the pickup. If you have the Blu-ray, get the 4K. If you don't have the Blu-ray, get the Blu-ray and the 4K. If you love this movie, this is the best way to ever watch it. And then lastly, we've got Tobikage, also known as Ninja Robots. This has a very infamous English dub that I find to be hysterical. It seemed like it was just dubbed by a couple guys in a dorm room. But anyways, they found the entire dub, minus 30 seconds, which they dubbed themselves, and congratulations, it flows seamlessly. But this does include the Japanese version and the English version in the best picture quality you can possibly get for a show this old. And yeah, if you've ever heard of the Ninja Robots Tobikage dub, if you want to own it, here it is. If you want to own the original Tobikage, here it is. This is the best presentation of the show, and just fantastic stuff. And if you haven't heard the Ninja Robots dub, go check YouTube. Just search like Ninja Robots and you'll probably find something, and have your mind blown at some of the dialogue choices in this show. It's pretty incredible. So in a weird twist of fate, we have a subset of Sonic things, because that's just my channel this year. First of all, we've got Discotek's Sonic the Hedgehog, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog complete series. This is an SD Blu-ray, for those that aren't aware of SD Blu-ray. If you haven't seen my previous ones and you clicked on the video because it said Sonic, this is standard definition video on Blu-ray, which means it looks better because it's less compressed, because Blu-ray discs can actually hold quite a bit more than DVDs. So the entire 65 episodes is on these 2 discs. It looks the best it absolutely can for a show this quality, plus there's extra stuff. They've got the Christmas episode, the pitch pilot, commercial bumpers, TV commercials, production art, commentaries. They really went all out on this. This is a show that you either love or hate, and I'm just glad that it came out on an SD Blu-ray like this, because it looks the best it's ever done. And then on top of that, it has bonus features, which is amazing. So if you love this show, or if you just love Sonic, definitely worth the pickup. I'm hoping, you know, we'll see more Sonic from Discotek, because they are really great at this. Hey, I'm just saying, Sad AM and Underground are there, but we'll see what happens. The people at Discotek work really hard, and I appreciate everything they do. Plus, look at this cover. It's like a Genesis case. It's brilliant. Finally, I got Sonic X. This was another SD Blu-ray from Discotek. I've been trying to get this for a while. I keep missing it when it restocks. It finally restocked, and I finally got it. So Sonic X was the 2000 Sonic anime. This is the English version. Discotek doesn't have any current plans to release the Japanese version, because I think there might be some licensing with Sega. But they did release all 78 episodes onto, once again, 2 Blu-rays, because it's an SD presentation. And I gotta say, the inner art on this just makes me so happy as a Sonic fan. Because yeah, look at that. Look at that cast of characters. It's all the Adventure Era stuff. I know people do want the Japanese version, but again, that just may not be available. It's possible that Sega just wants the English version out there, but this is just the English version, dub version of the show. Disc 1's got the New World and Sonic Adventure sagas, and then the Meta-Rex saga is on Disc 2. Discotek previously released a DVD version, if that is something that you want. But yeah, Sonic X, it's out there. It looks great. This is, again, probably the best it'll look, and I really do appreciate this release overall. So, we got that. In non-Discotek Sonic news, Sonic Boom now has a Steelbook release. So this is the complete series of Sonic Boom, and it is essentially these 2 collections slapped together in a steelbook. So if you have the previous Season 1 and Season 2 Blu-rays for Sonic Boom, then you probably don't need this. If you just want it in a single case so it lines up really nice with your other single case Sonic sets on a shelf, then you probably want this steelbook. This steelbook is pretty nice. I love the artwork. It's new artwork on here. It's got a slipcover. I always love when steelbooks have slipcovers. There's the back. So you can see here we've got all the main characters on the front. On the back is some, kind of key art stuff. And on the inside, we've got the discs. Now, this is a steelbook, and there is a couple ways to do multiple discs, but they are stacked, but it's Blu-ray. So Season 2's on the right, so it's got like Amy and Styx, and let's just stack them like this. We got Styx, and we've got Eggman, so, 3 of them there. And then on this side, we've got, of course, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. So pretty cool, and then once you get all those out, you can see there is also art of Eggman and his robots. So really great set, really great steelbook. If you're looking for the show and didn't pick up the Blu-ray yet, absolutely get this. If you already have the previous Blu-rays, decide how much you want a condensed steelbook, or if you want this artwork. It's up to you. But really great, highly recommended, really great release overall. There's even bonus features. I'm still amazed. It's a modern, quote-unquote, kids TV show, and yet we got a nice Blu-ray up to a steelbook edition. So next up, we have the SSSS.Gridman Complete Series Limited Edition. I think I mentioned this on a live stream recently. While I did appreciate the show's quality, it didn't jive with me very well. I just didn't overall like the formatting. So you're probably wondering, why did you get the limited edition? Well, it's petty reasons. This is the cover art on the standard edition, which is fine, but this is the cover art in the limited edition, which actually has Gridman on it. And the SSSS Dynazenon, which is probably one of my favorite animes ever, it's really a dichotomy. It's like, I didn't like this one that much, but I love Dynazenon. Dynazenon's cover has Dynazenon and all the cast members on it. So, this is just not even the full cast here. So I like this cover better. And I wanted it, and I back-ordered it back in June of 2021, and it finally showed up. I was actually surprised Right Stuff got more. I thought I was never going to get it. The inner case here is also really nice. You got Gridman here. You've got, was that Thunder Gridman? And then Grid Knight on the inside. And I also was pretty impressed because the discs here are actually, it reminds me of the Bubblegum Crisis Funimation release. It's actually got these ridges here, and so it's actually kind of engraved on top of that. So you got Blu-ray 1, Blu-ray 2, DVD 1, DVD 2, because that's how Funimation used to do things. It also came with a Gridman Alliance sticker, which is pretty cool, and a Funimation digital copy code that is completely useless now because corporate mergers. Yeah, sadly, the Funimation branding is actually going away, I think, in June of this year, because the Dynazenon releases in May, and that has the Funimation branding, but then the next month's releases start using the Crunchyroll branding. So, man, that's going to take a lot of getting used to. This set also includes a really thick book. And then to add to that, there was this extra box, which got a little smushed in packing because it wasn't really, it was shrink wrapped like that. It's not like its Right Stuff damaged it. But this has got a couple things. So we've got a Primal Acceptor keychain. So it's like one of those little acrylic keychains. That's neat. I would never use that for keys because it get banged up pretty easy. And then you got Gridman and different Gridman forms, and then full power Gridman, and then I guess it's full power. I can't remember the Gridman forms, and then Grid Knight. So yeah, pretty nice artwork overall. Pretty cool set. Now, if you're wondering what it would look like next to the Mill Creek Gridman the Hyper Agent, which was the live action show, but they don't look too far off. It's not bad. Here it is from the other side. I don't know how the standard releases look, because I don't have the standard release, but there you go. I mean, there's a couple of Gridmans right there. So there are a couple Tokusatsu releases. First of all, Discotek Media, which we've already talked about, released Cutie Honey the Live in the first time the show's ever appeared on Blu-ray. And this is actually a really nice looking set. I'd seen this show in fan subs back in the day, or back in the day, it was like last year. But anyways, watched this show, really liked it, really cool take on Cutie Honey, and yeah, we got a really nice Blu-ray. So if you're looking to watch this show, best way to watch it for sure. It's on 2 discs, which is pretty good. It's a 26 episode show. And yeah, I mean, it's even got, nice interior art with the 3 cuties there. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, I mean, you got different take on the character. Instead of having Cutie Honey turn into different forms, you get 3 different, I guess is it 3 different honey? What is the official term? Is it cuties or honeys or cutie honeys? Anyways, Point is, really fun adaptation, really great for Tokusatsu fans as well. You'll recognize a lot of actors. Kamen Rider Kaiza's got a villain spot in this. It's great. I really appreciate this show, and yeah, it was really nice that Discotek released a Blu-ray. Speaking of appreciative, Media Blasters released Zayram on Blu-ray. They had released Zayram 2 like 2 years ago, and they finally were able to get Zayram. Both Zayram 1 and 2 are owned by different studios in Japan, which is why there was a delay. But this actually does include quite a bit of bonus features, including making of featurette, which is great, and then interviews with production side of stuff. So this first printing had a slipcase. You'll probably find it like this now, but yeah, there it is. Zayram on a disc. Looks fan-freaking-tastic. I don't really know how else to describe it. If you're looking for the Zayram movies, Media Blasters has put both out now, and they're fairly inexpensive. I think like 15 bucks or less at this point. Pick them up. They're definitely worth it. Definitely awesome stuff. So yeah. That's pretty much the Blu-rays I picked up in the first quarter of 2022. So that pretty much does it for my pickups, and I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for future Blu-ray and DVD videos. And let me know in the comments if you like this format. I thought, hey, let's talk about some of the stuff that may not get brought up in other disc discussions, at least go a brief overview. And I hopefully will be doing this every 3 months or so to kind of update on what's out in the Blu-ray and DVD space. So stay tuned for more. Also, be sure to check out my awesome graphic designer on Twitter at DarkClaw643 and HeroClub at hero-club.com. And until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.